You know what I mean? Where you had violence, but it wasn't that much. And you could have a little Christmas miracle happening there. You could have a snowy Christmas. Because remember in Camden, we had a snowy Christmas. We had a lot of snowy Christmases back in the day. And Hey Arnold definitely showed that. I guess this will be officially part 2 now. Because my baby just went to sleep. Alright.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going. We're in the second part.
Okay, now we've got Courage.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh
Yes.
my god. Did you see this show?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
So
we have 8 minutes.
I'm supposed to get your take on it, but I think it's a pretty good show. I wasn't that interested. It was my least favorite out of the shows. Like I wouldn't watch it on Cartoon Fridays.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it. I'd mostly watch the Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory.
I think if I had one word to describe Courage the Cowardly Dog, it would probably be the word redundant.
I thought you loved it though.
Green Day did a song called Redundant. It was almost perfect for describing the show.
Thought you loved that show though.
It was okay, but what happened with the show is that they basically took the first 3 episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog and basically redid those 3 episodes over and over and over and over and over again. I like it because it was crazy and it was weird and you didn't know what was going to happen. But when the episode was all said and done, you're like, oh my god, I knew they were going to do that. You know what I mean?
Like the plot is always the same where his Courage has to save his parents.
He has to save the parents, and there's always some freaky guy that's coming out. But at the same time, it was you know, it was kind of weird, but it was also kind of cool at the same time. There was shows that came out and just surpassed it, and I just wasn't interested. I was interested for like maybe 5 minutes, and I just wasn't interested in it anymore.
So sad. So sad. Oh, Samurai Jack, a good one, right?
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack.
I would say the last great American-made show. You know, it's a samurai show about a samurai who has to travel through the past to undo the future. You know, he has to undo the evil deeds of this evil monster named Aku, who destroyed basically his homeland in the future, and he has to go back in the past and kill this guy to prevent the tragedies from happening. The problem with that show, for as well written and as good as that show was, the problem is that they basically never ended it.
It just cut off.
That was a show that needed to be ended. It needed an ending to that, and people lost interest over time.
Exactly.
You know, greed is a bitch in the animation industry, and that's basically what they did. They got greedy with that show.
Absolutely agree with you. It was kind of like a loss. Like, you think it's going to end soon. But it's really not.
They made way too many episodes of that. I mean, they should have just ended, and it would have been done. It would have been a classic, and they didn't. They want to keep going, so that's what happened.
It's like a loss. Great show. Fantastic show. Just got to have an ending. At least soon enough. Ooh, this is an interesting show. Puffy Amiyumi.
Hi Puppy Amiyumi. It was an import actually from Japan. It was about these two. It was the first show I ever seen that actually was based off of Japanese singers.
Yeah, is it true that
Japan has been doing this for a while, but it was the first time I've ever seen it.
Is it true that we only watched that show because in the end they show Amiyumi?
Yeah. They had a little music video of them singing a particular song and talk about marketing material. You know, that was basically what it is. It was basically just a 30-minute commercial for this group, Puppy Amiyumi, who actually did the song for Teen Titans.
Teen Titans. Yeah.
So they got their own show for some strange reason and didn't really like the show. The show was really cheesy, but they were Japanese, so yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
We've got one. I was gonna do Teen Titans, right. But
4 minutes.
We've got Invader Zim.
Oh my god. Samurai Jack, I think, was the last great Cartoon Network show. Invader Zim, undeniably, would probably be the last great last great Nickelodeon made show. Literally, it was Invader Zim, and then there was nothing. It was just like crap that was coming out of Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is about... not Nickelodeon. Invader Zim is about an evil alien, somewhat evil alien that crashed the Earth, and he was supposed to help destroy the humans, and basically craziness ensued, and he wasn't able to do it. The anime industry actually did somewhat of a recreation of Invader Zim called what's the name? It was about Sergeant Frog. Sergeant Frog is almost identical to what Invader Zim was. That's why I was very surprised that it came out here. I was like, wow, I think I've seen that show somewhere before. So go check out that show to see what Invader Zim was like, or just watch Zim.
Okay, I'll do one more just to kill time. Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball?
That was like 1999 to 2000. I think those were one of their biggest years.
That was the biggest show, like anime in Cartoon Network. Period.
Toonami.
Toonami was Toonami. I mean, one of the main things I can remember. I don't even have to explain what Dragon Ball Z was about. But one of the main things that I remember clearly about Dragon Ball Z was that it took 6 months for new episodes to come out. Mm-hmm. It was 6 months to jump in between seasons. If there was anything that drove people to actually download anime illegally, that was probably it. You know, because we got so used to getting new episodes all the time that when they stop it, and then they make you wait 5 to 6 months for new episodes, you're like, oh well, I can just get it from Kazaa right now, even if it's subtitled. So why wait?
Morpheus.
Because that was the year that was started to come out, 1999, 2000. That was the first time people started hearing about that.
My Kazaa. I remember that.
My Kazaa, Asia's, all those things. For anime purposes, that was it. Even though it took a whole day to download one episode, because we didn't have torrents, and hey, there was people that was streaming that. How do you stream something using a 56K modem?
Oh man!
Try streaming video with that.
It's gonna take days.
Yeah, you're gonna really appreciate those D4 Princess episodes if you're downloading illegally. So, but yeah, for what it was worth, it was great. And yeah, we got a minute left.
Yeah, that's the list.
I want to talk about one more thing when you're done.
Okay.
I think one of the greatest American-made shows I ever made won a Grammy, I think.
Well, I'm done.
Okay. If you heard about this show, thank you for watching it. There was just every once in a while, I got like 40 seconds to talk about it. It's this show. What was the name of the show? I actually cannot remember the name of the show. I hate myself. Yeah, no. As Told by Ginger was probably one of the greatest Nickelodeon-based shows ever made.
You gotta be kidding me.
Absolutely phenomenal.
It's just like saying
that one. Check this out. As Told by Ginger won awards that the anime industry couldn't touch it. They could not. The anime industry couldn't win it. For as good as anime is, As Told by Ginger back in the day, in the early 2000s, was just simply one step above everybody else. I mean, that took animated storytelling to a whole new level.
The Wild Thornberrys was better than that.
No.
Back in
it was more popular, but it wasn't better.
Wild Thornberrys had their own movie, As Told by Ginger, and didn't have nothing.
Yeah, it was more popular, but it wasn't better. This was just like they just talked about everything, and it was one of the shows that I really enjoyed watching. It was like I'm a guy, but when I saw that show, that caught my eye. It was teenage stuff, but it was actually normal. It was common. I absolutely loved the show. Just amazing. I was like, I wish I could keep watching it. It actually ended. It actually had like a real ending. Extremely unusual for a cartoon to actually end. It's like how many cartoon shows do you know actually had definitive endings? I could probably think of 3 right now. The Kids Next Door, Ed, Edd and Eddy, and As Told by Ginger, and that's it.
And why do you like this show so much again?
Because it was so realistic. It was like Degrassi animated. It was just phenomenal. I loved it. It was like the story. It was so many crazy things that was happening in that show. Like anything could happen in that show, and it was for teenagers. And I was a teenager when it was coming out. It was perfect, and they just captured every single thing that you hate about being a teenager in that show so perfectly that the show just basically blew away the competition. So, I guess we're out of time. Yeah, I just wanted to put my little punch in there.
Alright, guys.
So, yeah, thank you guys for, I guess, watching this. This is our take on the 90s, 90s scene, basically. 90s shows that we really like and we really, wish was still here. So, I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much totally out of time.
As told by Ginger.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, see you guys next week.